Hi there. Look at that sky. Isn't that cool? I think I learned about those clouds in high school. Stratus? Is that what they're called? I don't know. But I thought they were super pretty. Today, I'm really excited because I'm obviously back in my garden. Nate and I took a trip to Mackinac Island. We usually go there about once a year. I love looking at the gardens, and then Nate enjoys it as well. But we mainly both just really love the relaxing kind of back in time setting that it provides. It kind of forces you to just kind of slow down and focus on what's around you. You know, I think sometimes we all are so busy like scrolling on our phones or off to the next thing, like we're not content with this or that or the other. We forget to just live in the moment, and so I feel like that place forces you to just like to do that, to live in the moment and just enjoy everything that surrounds you. But now I'm back home and we're going to be working in my garden today. But speaking of Mackinac Island, there is a plant that I seen there a couple years ago, and I had been looking for that plant for probably like 2 years before that. I seen this plant at a place called Wildwood Family Farms out here near where I live. It's like kind of like a wedding venue or just a events venue. They also have live music and things there. But anyway, there's this huge like chunk of it at this place, and I fell in love with it and didn't know what it was, couldn't find anyone to tell me what it was. Fast forward a couple years, I seen it at Mackinac Island and asked you guys what it was, and you guys all told me it's called Butterbur, and I have been looking for it ever since. Again, I kind of had forgotten about it until I seen it on Mackinac Island. Thank you for telling me what it was, because I've been looking for it ever since. Haven't been able to find it, and no kidding you guys, I'll put the text message from my brother on here so you can see. But we literally got back from Mackinac Island, and I think like a day or two later, or maybe, yeah, I think 2 days later, my brother texted me that his girlfriend's aunt was digging up a bunch of this plant that he had a picture of and wondered if my sister or I wanted any. And I'm like, I zoomed in, I'm like, is that Butterbur? Yes, it sure is. And so I texted back right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for that plant for so long. I will take some. And yesterday, my brother's sweet girlfriend, Jenna, she went to her aunt's house, picked up 2 bags of it that her aunt was digging out, and brought it to my house for me. Like, it's super wilty, so I'm keeping it in these buckets right here. But I'm so excited to plant this because my plan, and I'm not ready for it to go in its like regular, oh my gosh, the raccoon has been just having a heyday out here with my moss. But anyway, eventually, you guys have been hearing me say this for forever, but eventually I want to turn all this into kind of like a secret garden. And my kind of like my dream plan, if I ever found this plant, was to make like a pathway on each side of Butterbur. And so I obviously can't do that right now because it's just like full of weeds and bushes and stuff, and I'm not trying to get in there this time of year. I'll come clean it out in the fall. But for right now, I'm gonna plant it somewhere where I can keep it until I put it in this spot over here. So anyway, I'm really excited. Thank you to my brother's girlfriend's aunt for gifting this to me. I've literally been looking for this for 4 years, so I'm so excited. And I'll get a little close up and show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna find a spot that I can easily dig out for just like a holding bed until I'm ready to get this in its spot, hopefully this fall. So like I said, it is a massive leaf, and she said that it should be wilty like this, but it pops right back up when it's watered. So it's doing just fine. I've got it in the bucket with some water, and it looks like it spreads like this, almost like my Annabelle hydrangea. So I mean, look at that root system on there. This will take root no problem, and I'm gonna put it somewhere where I don't even care if it spreads. That's the idea, is I want it to kind of spread. But I've got tons of it in here. It almost looks like a giant rhubarb. Then she also gave me some lily of the valley. I seen this at Mackinac Island this last time too, and it was just gorgeous. This I have purposely never bought because it does spread a lot, and I just haven't really had any spots where I've wanted it to spread. But once I start cleaning out like all of this and all back in here, I would love to have just chunks of lily of the valley and butterbur and just lots of different like ground covers and bushes that kind of just like take over and let them do their thing. So basically, instead of having weeds and scrub brushes take over, I'll have purposeful things take over, and it will kind of take you back into where that maple tree is. That's what we're going to be working on today, and that's why I'm head to toe in my poison ivy gear. Well, I got some gloves here as well, but yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a spot to plant this for now. I'm gonna take a look around and see what the easiest spot is to clean it out. I was also thinking it would be really cool to put that stuff over on the back of my hill over here. Maybe we'll take a walk over there and look at that. This over here, eventually I would love to clean all that crap out. Right now I've just got tons of blackberries, and although I love blackberries, I mean, you only get one little harvest each year, and it just like, it kind of takes over, and I don't know, I just feel like I want to clean all this out. So you know what, I might start over here, you guys. I think that would make me feel good, because I really want to clean all back in there out, and all this grass I've kind of just let go. This is going to be a big job, but we got to start somewhere. I think I decided I'm going to put it over here. Last year my brother made me this amazing trellis, and before he made me that, this area kind of drove me nuts because it just didn't have that like nice anchor, and it was just this kind of wide open weird space, and that kind of made it more cozy until all of these weeds started growing up, and like these started growing up overnight. This is going to be a lot to clean up. I think that this would be a good spot to kind of hold that butterbur. I've got a hose right over there, I can make sure it's watered. I've got a hose right up there, I can make sure it's watered very easily, and this will be a nice little section I can clean out for now until I want to put it where it's gonna go for real. And honestly, I might even keep some of it right here, we'll see. But this is just full of like this frosted explosion grass that comes out super easy. So I'm just gonna go through here and be really careful not to grab poison ivy, but this stuff comes out super easy. And then also, what else do we have in here? These giant plants break off really easy, but I can also come in here with my shovel and just dig these out. And I've been throwing my kind of trash in this area, almost like a compost pile, for years now. So once I get rid of all these big, huge weeds, it should be a pretty clear spot to plant that stuff. So I'm gonna go grab my shovel and start hacking away at this stuff, cleaning it up.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. Honey, we know the names. We are the people that can find just what you need. And if you got the money, honey, we got your disease. In the jungle, welcome to the jungle. Watch it bring you to your knees. Welcome to the jungle, where we take it day by day. If you want it, you're gonna have to bleed, but that's the price to pay. You are the one who is very hard to please.
too bad actually. I've got a lot of stuff, like I said, that I've been dumping here, so that kind of helps suppress some of the weeds. I mainly just had a bunch of giant ones that took up a lot of space. Blackberry bushes, tons of Virginia creeper. I didn't see any poison ivy, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't in here, so I just have to be still really careful, and I'll probably just keep working a little bit longer and then go in and take a shower, change my clothes just to be safe. But I'm gonna try to clean the rest of this up, maybe get my rototiller out here, flatten it up. And years ago I came in here and lined the back of this with some just old logs, and they're kind of rotting, so I might push it back a little further and line it again. That's probably what I'll end up doing. But so I'm gonna kind of go in here and grab all these logs that I had in here, probably reuse some of them, and kind of just level this out with my rototiller and then reline it and get the Butterbur planted. I'll just grab these and put them up here for now. Boy, that one's really bad. I'll probably still use it. Yeah, and then we'll just kind of make it go further back. These are black-eyed Susan that just kind of volunteered in here, so I don't know, I might leave them. We'll see once I get the rototiller over here. But, alright, so let's go get the rototiller and we'll start cleaning it up even more. Wow, look at that. Holy cow. It's crazy what a little bit of hard work and a shovel will do, and a rototiller. But man, it's just super cleaned out, and this is what I have done with my yard since the 7 years that we built our house. With my gully, I just gradually keep cleaning more and more out. You can see one year I did come in here and I ended here with the rocks. Then I came in another year and ended right behind those little trees there, and I put the logs. So I went like a couple feet more. Now I'm going even more. So I would say all together from there to like right here, it's probably about 8 or 9 feet actually. So it's pretty cool. And I'm going to probably put the logs along here and move it back a little bit, and I'll keep the rocks where they are just to kind of hold the pea stone back. But the next step is to go get my Butterbur and get it planted. I brought it over and I think I'm going to plant it just actually all along here. Eventually I would like to make like a path that comes through here, and then I can get to the other side of my house. But we will save that for another year. It's fun to dream about the things to come. So gardening is so fun because you can completely change your area from year to year, and it's just so much fun to do whatever you want to do in your own garden. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to plant them in here, and then eventually we'll move them to another spot. My brother's girlfriend's aunt said they like shade, and they like lots of moisture, and they spread really easily. So I am okay with that. This isn't the greatest spot for lots of moisture, so I will have to keep them watered until they're kind of established, but I mean that's pretty much a given with any new planting. All right, let's do this. I'm really excited. I can't believe I have this plant. This might be a little tricky around this tree here, but we'll do the best we can. Lots of rocks in here too. Rocks and roots. There's a rock right there. We'll keep that and that. And I should go get the hose actually. Bring the hose over here. Alright, so I'm just gonna plant each one of these little leaves into that hole. I might just have to dig like a trench. Yeah, I might just dig a trench the whole way across first. Let's do that. And just lay them in, kind of like asparagus. Just take these and lay them down in the trench. Maybe I'll rest them on this wood. Like that. They're not going to stand up, that's for sure. They're going to be in shock. I think that will work. Boy, if I have enough, maybe I'll keep going. That'd be cool to put it. Oh, the UPS is here. Be cool to have it, make it keep going behind my pool. That'd be kind of pretty. I'm gonna put water in there. I'm gonna cover these up. I'm not even gonna try to stand them up. Maybe they'll stand up on their own. I don't know. Maybe they'll die. Who knows? Let's see if I can get it to do it. I don't think they will because they're so top heavy. So we'll just rest them on that. I'll pack them in so like it's straight up and down, but we'll leave it resting on that. That way, if it wants to stand up, it can, but I don't think so. That one might. It's not as big. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it will. Let's try to stand a couple of them up. Because honestly, these stems are pretty sturdy. I'm gonna try it. I've never planted these before. But I've been wanting them, like I said, for a while. So, at least it's trying. I think I'm gonna try to stand them. It's like they want to. That one might. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for when these fill in. Honestly, I might leave some of them here if I like them here and just move, if I ever end up making a pathway in here, just moving some for a pathway. Should I keep going? I think we should. Got a whole bucket full. That was just one bucket. That was just one bucket. They look a little nuts, but we'll let them do their thing. I think I might try to clean up a little bit more. That way I can put the rest of the bucket in.
It gets worse here every day. Learn and live like an animal in the jungle where we play. And if you got a hunger for whatever you see, you can have anything that you want, but you can't take it from me. In the jungle, welcome to the jungle. Watch it bring you to your knees.
Alright, it's a little bit later after I went in and took a shower and made sure I didn't have any poison ivy on me. So I'm coming back out, but before we come out, I thought we'd walk by all the things that are blooming. And that squeak is a chipmunk in there somewhere. But we've got some echinacea, monarda, bee balm. Yeah, I know, buddy. Look at him. He's just like squeaking up a storm. It's fine. It's fine. We're buds. We're buddies. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys my zinnias. They're doing great. I've already cut them a couple times. I've cut off of them. This is the whirligig mix, and they're doing beautiful on this hill. They're completely on a slanted hill. I mean, it's a decent sized hill, and they're standing completely straight. I don't have them staked or anything. So it's pretty nice. I love it here. It's really pretty. My blue mouse ears are blooming. This is a precious little hosta. You can see how tiny the leaves are. And then right behind it, I've got that Visions in Pink Stobie. And that's a cherry truffles heuchera, those two. Another blue mouse ears. And my, gosh, I always forget this one. I can't ever remember if this is a pilgrim or a golden tiara. They look very similar to me, but this one's getting ready to bloom too. I should check my tags. But anyway, let's go check out what we did. Oh, my kapow white flax are blooming too. These are really neat. I love these flax. I put these here. There's 3 of them. That one has been eaten on, but it's coming back. So you can see all these spots right here. They were eaten by probably the deer or rabbit. I'm not sure. There has been a rabbit out here eating lots of my stuff. So anyway, I put these here a while back just as like a holding spot, and I just haven't had a chance to move them yet. So I'll probably eventually move them out into my full sun bed when they're done blooming. Anyway, this is what we came up with. They're super wilty right now. It's supposed to rain today, which will be really nice to get some rainwater on them. And I might, before I post this movie, I might wait a few days and see if they start to stand up a little bit. That way you can see a little bit of progress. But I'm really hoping that they do well in here. And it looks so much better from this view, just with having that cleaned out. I just feel like it's less claustrophobic. And I stopped right about there, so I'm excited to kind of keep going and clean the rest of that out, because I do have some pretty cool plants in here. I've got some hydrangea in here, some heuchera. These hydrangea I've moved so many different times, and they actually love it here. I'm so glad I finally found a spot for them because they're blooming. This is a forbidden fruit hosta, and it just loves it here. That's a Wichita blue tree, and the deer eat it every winter. I'm gonna try to remember to cover it this year because I love that tree so much. In here I've got some Carl Forester grasses, and then these are 9 bark. There's another one over there. And then these are striptease hosta, but they get quite a bit of sun, so the leaves look a little bit different than like your typical striptease that would be in the shade. And then I also have some catmint in here. This is cat's pajamas that I gotta cut back. But anyway, so I want to clean all that crap out eventually. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Hope that you just had fun over here on the other side of my house, digging out a little bit more of my woods. And this is one of my favorite things to do, is just like clean out a section that is otherwise kind of ugly or gross looking or kind of an eyesore, and hopefully make it look a lot better. And I just really love how it turned out. And like I said, we'll see about posting this a little bit later. Maybe I'll wait a few days and see if those things pop up and they look a little bit better. That way I can give you kind of an update before I post it. We'll see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I just really hope that you are enjoying your day, whatever day you're watching this. And we'll see you next time. Bye. This is 2 nights later. Some of them are starting to get a little bit of structure back in them, and they can stand up a little easier, but most of them are still laying down, so it's gonna take some time. But this is 2 days later.